Down. Proton. So I'm gonna go pop in a few different things I wanted to do, but I couldn't decide. There's multiple things. Oh, off topic. There's another property that wants to talk about. Copy, 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 copy. You gotta copy. Seems like an easy job copy. Hawkeye. I've been working on this for like a lot of years. Seems simple, but then good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wouldn't believe how many. We talk about this sometimes. Maybe it's a video. Showing you what talk about a lot of evidence. Talk to myself. I know. Maybe I know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I see what you mean. Other than
Nope, nope, nope. That's not good. That's not good. Nope, nope, no. I should probably start over. Why do I have to manually click these buttons? Why? Wow. Wow. That's pretty. That's pretty stupid. So unprofessional. Oatmeal Joey Arnold here had the settings wrong, and so I'm just like talking to myself and me doing this for like 30 years, 40 years. Do I need it? Do I didn't yeah, do I need to criticize myself again? How many videos have I made criticizing myself? How many blogs have I made in my life criticizing myself? Well, I don't do it all the time, and the trolls are gonna say what they say, whether it's true or not, whether accurate or not, no matter how inaccurate, inaccurate, not accurate, inaccurate, very a very, very inaccurate or accurate. It's like, does anybody know? Does anybody remember? Does anybody care? I don't know, but I'll tell you, I'm looking at my face and I'm like, "Man, I agree with my trolls sometimes, not all the time, but I tend to agree with my trolls, but the trolls don't want you to know that I tend to agree with them. When they criticize me, I criticize me too. I criticize me. I don't not all the time. Then I'm like, I defend myself because it's like I'm gonna counter the trolls, but I also agree with the trolls too because like how many times do I mess up? But does that mean that I'm a total fuck up? Or what am I? What am I? Like what am I? How many videos have I made? And should I really go live all the time, like, just talking about this? But that's what I've done. Not all the time, but that's just what I've done. I've already done this. I've already done this. This is a Groundhog Day where I talk about myself again. And and I probably should have another channel. I've said to myself, "You're gonna have another channel where you talk about this," because if this is your main channel, you probably shouldn't talk about this and only this, and it's not like I only talk about this, but I do talk about this, and over the years, you're probably thinking of only talk about this, but it's not true, but in your own perception, you think it's true, but it's not like you keep track of it because it's not your main thing because you don't talk about it, you don't think about it, you don't talk about it, you don't think about it. So why should you? I'm not saying that you should, but it's like I do, but I don't, but 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 I do. I'm serious, and you don't know what I'm talking about, but you do know what I'm talking about. Some of you do, some of you don't. To an extent, absolutely. So anyways, I was just talking to myself earlier and realized that the mic was plugged in. I mean, it was plugged in, but it wasn't connected to the street yard, and I probably should have known better. I probably should have known better. And I kinda like talking like this in a way, even though maybe I shouldn't, but it's like maybe I should be talking about something else like, like, why can't other people solve the around problem? Why couldn't other, countries solve it if it really is a problem? Not saying that is a problem or isn't a problem, but I just made a video about that where it's like Why can't China stop Iran? Why can't Russia stop Iran? Why can't England stop Iran? Why can't stop Iran? Why can't Saudi Arabia stop Iran? Why can't Canada stop Iran? Why can't Australia stop Iran? Why can't did I say Europe? Why can't NATO stop Iran? Why can't the UN stop Iran? Why can't this country stop Iran or that country stop Iran? Hypothetically, theoretically, if Iran is a problem, I'm not saying Iran is a problem. I'm not saying Iran is not a problem. I already made a video about that. But like, should I be political like that? That would be an example. Or should I be totally cultural where I just talk about movies and shows? I've already asked this question before. Should I ask that question again? I already did. I just did. But I've already did that before. I've done that before. I did that too. But, am I gonna lose subscribers? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. No, there's a lot of things on my mind, and I'm being a little bit fluttered. I'm acting a little bit crazy. You're probably gonna say you are crazy, and I am, but I'm not. Are you a Christian Marison? Yes and no. Yes and no. I'm not a Christian Marison. Yes, yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, let's go back. Yes, let's go back. Let's go back and talk about the. How do wait a minute. I am, and I'm not. I am. No. Okay. Anyway, we'll go back to the beginning. Okay, let's see. Clause keeper. You are a loser. Okay, thank you. No chin, ass, having loser. That's right. Thank you. Amen. Yeah, and I've criticized. I've criticized myself too over the years. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes over the years, sometimes I do that. Anyways, can I do that? Should I do that? I don't know, but we can talk about it. We can debate that. Anyway, there's a lot of fake news about me over the years, and since at least 2009. That's totally documented, but not documented enough. Absolutely not enough, but a little bit it was documented, a little bit I tried to document it. When I say that's totally, I don't mean totally, but I'm saying that, but maybe I shouldn't say that, but I do. But man, it's like, hey, man, my face is so messed up, but it's like not as messed up as you. Is that a fact? No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I totally know what I'm talking about. But sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's like there's so much that I want people to know, but it's like my presentation is totally off the wall, off the wall, off the wall. So I just want you to know that there's a lot of things on my mind. It's like, oh man, I want your soul to be appreciative of what is a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. It's like, I don't know. Oh man. I'm actually listening to myself again when I'm doing this stream. I'm listening to myself, and so I hear myself in the microphone, and at least I know that microphone this microphone is working. Shout out ASMR. A little bit, like, into myself, and that's a good thing, that's a bad thing, that's a great thing, that's a terrible thing that I'm so into myself. Just looking at myself, or I am don't looking at myself, doing my face. Yes, I'm working. ASMR time. Oatmeal Joey Arnold ASMR time. So there's so many pros and cons about myself and about the world, and I just wanted to go live, and maybe I should have some notes about some clear topics where I do something, and stay on topic and read off the teleprompter. Maybe I need to totally read off the teleprompter, and that would totally help me grow a goddamn audience. And maybe I could do that, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should take the time, but it's like I've been so distracted, and so I like to rant about everything and nothing because that's who I am, that's what I've been, that's who I am, that's what for better or for worse, I've been this kind of person, I've been this person, I've been that person, I've been a lot of different things all over the place, jumping around. Uh, I don't know what kind of person that I've been over the years. I don't know what kind of person I've been, and I feel so split about it. So I feel so. Um, this is my therapy session. Therapizing myself. Therapizing is that a word? No. Yes, it is. It gotta be a word. It should be a word. But I want people that my mind is yes, my mind is going. I was watching, Adam Carolla talk to, Kirk Cameron, and I thought it was really good. Sometimes I have split feelings about people, lots of different people, even them sometimes a lot everybody, about myself, about anybody, but, like, at the moment, I'm like I was watching them and then they made some really good points about hard work and stuff, and it's, like, really good stuff. There's some stuff that I said to people in Vietnam. I My presentation over the years has been terrible, and I was like, "A woman." Did I talk about that, did recently? I posted it, and I posted it on my blog. Sometimes I talk about it sometimes, but I need to make a bigger point about that, and I need to write some better articles about this and about that and about this other stuff. Especially about how I've been a woman. I've been a woman now, but, not like Bill, like, not your Bill, but my Bill, not like, yeah, my Bill, like, but, like, seriously, like Bill, like, yeah, Bill, but I've been like Bill, like, I'll tell you that I've been like Bill. I've been like Bill. I wanna tell you how it's like, early on growing up, I was like, I would do the silent treatment. Yeah, I would do the silent treatment where it's like, when I, growing up, in the ghetto, I I I would, I would do the silent treatment like a woman, woman. I would do the silent treatment where it's like, if I really didn't get my way, then I'd be like, "Man, I'm not gonna say anything until you realize that you gotta talk to me because I'm mad about, oh, I didn't get my way about something," like, or we're playing a game or something, and it's like, "Hey, you gotta pick my idea, you gotta do my idea because I'm the best thing in the world," and I'm still like that, but at least I'm a little bit more aware, a little bit, may but it's like, at the time, I didn't realize, I didn't really realize at the time, like, isn't that how life is, 2020? Hindsight, they say hindsight is 2020, hindsight is 2020, hindsight is 2020. Like, so I'm doing some hindsight, and I'm looking back at I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, "Man, what a woman, what a girl you were, Oatmeal Joe Arnold. Man, wow, what a fool you were. Man with no chin, man with no chin. What's that all about? What's that all about? What is all about? What is all about?" It's like, man, oh man, like, what's this thing all about? What a girly man, as Arnold Schwarzenegger would always say. He would always say that the the governor of, the governor, he would always say, "What a girly man. What a girly man." Man, I used to do a better impersonation. Like, I was a girl, such a girl, man. I was just a girl doing the silent treatment and then yelling a little bit sometimes, not all the time, but over the years, sometimes like a little bit yelling or raising my raising, so passive, so passive, like, or that, like, grumpy, and other times, like, go to, go to bed, go to bed. I said go to bed. Try to make a joke about that. Sometimes I make it when I was not. Oh, what did that? Oh, yep. Oh, you lovely producers. Oh, that's why I have no experience. That's why I have lovely producers. That's what I said when I was auditioning for Wanted Adventure Host, and I signed a contract with them, telling my soul to the devil kind of thing, like the Knight Rider, not Knight Rider, the Ghost Rider. Like, wow, did I really do that? Wow, did I really? I did. But I said that, but I lied because I was a wilderness counselor and stuff and more, you know. Believe it or not, believe it or not. But anyway, it's like I remember this like trying to get my way and all. Uh, uh, I remember just like trying to push people away because I feel like that'd be the easiest way to filter people, especially well with Brent. God, who I met there at the wilderness, not the wilderness, but after that, I went to the Adventure Host audition, and that was 2009 in PDX, and it was pretty cool, pretty terrible, pretty great, pretty fantastic, pretty terrible, pretty great about that, like, because he called me out of the blue about a year or 2 later, like, something like that, 2011, 2012, and it's like, "Oh, let's do Miami," and I'm like, "We're working on that," and I went over, got away from it, but, like, falsely, falsely, incorrectly. Long story, let's not talk about that right now, but it's like after he bailed me out of prison, let's not talk about that. Well, it's like, yeah, the road trips, and I don't know what that's all about. I'm not gonna say the G word, but it's like I don't know what that's all about. I don't know but I went off to Vietnam, and then it's like, wow, that was an adventure. It's like, um, it's like, uh, when he bailed me out, like, paid $500. Wow, 500 bucks, then I had to go back the next day, but it's like, wow, just for one more day, 'cause, uh but anyways, like, what was that all about? But it's like, I remember talking to him about it. I mean, I remember just, like, 'cause he was talking about ideas and stuff about how to make money, 'cause he really wanted to make money by running websites. He wanted to be almost like an Elon Musk kinda guy, and I was like, "You know, making websites, like, running websites, social media is a lot of work," and I was trying to get him to do it, do some of it, and he wanted me to do it, and I raised my voice. So this it's like, uh, maybe there was a good thing about it, me raising my voice kind of thing. Maybe it's debatable because sometimes you really gotta raise your voice. Sometimes you just gotta do that. But sometimes it's not a good idea, but it seems like in Vietnam, there were, like, a few people and a few times, not all the time, there was a few times when I raised my voice, and sometimes you gotta be, stern, you gotta be you gotta stand your ground, and that's better than being girly, man. But other times, you really gotta be careful, really gotta be careful, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really gotta be careful. Anyways, it's like, I realized that about myself, but I've been, uh, pretty, for the record, I just wanted to, go on here and say that, I'm aware of these, faults that I've had with myself and stuff, and then there's just, one of many, and then it doesn't totally define me, and what I'm saying right now is not the whole story, and it's gotta be taken out of context again, just like everything else. All the fake news since the 1900s, since the 1000s, since so many years, so many decades. I've said some of this before, but I gotta say it again. There's so much oatmeal fake news about me online and offline, and it's so hard to, unpack it. It's like, we don't have time, and it's not important, but it's very important, but it's not important, but it's very important, but it's not important, but we gotta talk about it. And I'm making myself look crazy on purpose, but it's like, not on purpose, but totally on purpose. Totally on purpose, and you're not gonna understand unless if you know, what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, then you wouldn't be here, and if then you don't know, so it's like, it's the paradox, so the perfect paradox, and you're not gonna know that I'm talking about, like, what I'm talking about, like, you're not gonna really understand. You're not like, I know you're not gonna understand, but I'm saying it anyway. I'm I'm mostly only saying this to myself because I know that I'm probably gonna be the one watching. Probably the only one that's gonna be, like, really, 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 really watching this, and I'm not really happy about this, and about that, and about this thing, and that thing, and a million things, like, I'm really happy and not happy at the same time, about everything, about myself and about the world. It's like, I'm so, like, stuck in a limbo. I'm stuck in a limbo. You have no idea how much uh, of a limbo that I feel I am, and I shouldn't say the word feel, but I like to say the word feel even though that's not important. Like, it's not really important, but I like to say it, and I like to know that's how I feel. That's how I feel, even though that's not really important because facts don't care about your feelings, kind of thing. Like, but that's where I am. I want to sometimes go out into the world and let people know a few things, but maybe I should be like goddamn uh, Canadian Stefan Molyneux and have a presentation where I'm like more organized, but like, and I do that sometimes. I've done that. I've done that before. I did that before. I did that, but I don't do that all the time. You wouldn't know, but I've done that. I've done that. I do. But I don't do that all the time. So you can accuse me of not doing it, but I do it. Organize, organize, and read a teleprompter, and then let people know. Oh, the, We're gonna talk about this topic, and then that topic, and instead, I'm just going all over the place, but that's kinda like how my brain works, but not really, I'm joking, I'm not joking, but I'm joking, but I'm not joking, but I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Seriously, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, you might know what I'm talking about. You might you 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 might know what I'm talking about, but you don't know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm talking about, but you don't know what I'm talking about. It's like, I'm putting this in for the universe. Like, I want people to know. I want people to know. I don't want people to know, but I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't, but I do. Me, Oatmeal Joey Arnold, on this Wednesday, 2:45 AM. Wednesday, the 27th day of May, 2026. I want people to know nothing and everything. Nothing and everything. Nothing and everything. Yeah, I've already made videos like this before. A little bit, but I got more stuff to say, and, this is another terrible video. And some people might say, "Oh, he thinks this video is great," even though I've already said I don't think this video is great. The trolls will lie and say, "Ooh, Oatmeal thinks he is so great," even though Oatmeal says, "No, I don't." But the trolls will say, "He thinks he's so great," or "He thinks this, he thinks that," but I've said for the record, "No, no, no." And the trolls will because the trolls can lie because, there's no way that I can, like, totally, like, counter everything or debunk everything. I can't debunk everything. I can't lie about like, I can't I can't, like it's very difficult. I can try, sometimes I try. Over the years, I've done I've tried, and I gotta try again. Try a little harder. Try harder, daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really I'm like, and then there was a few times I lied a few times and stuff, kinda sorta like a few times, but very, very, very small, very in the total context of everything, of the universe. It's, like, very small, but it's like I did that a few times, like, but only to make a point, to make a point. That's what I was doing. That's what I anyways, time. We don't have time to talk about that. Um, I was thinking about, sharing my screen. Maybe I should. Maybe I share my screen, and stuff, and maybe I should talk about this and talk about that and talk about this. I wanted to instead just, like, watch a movie or watch a show and spend time with myself. Is that is that a crime? Think about this, like, streaming is so hard sometimes. Like, what I'm doing right now is okay, and if I had a really, really big audience already, then I could, like, hang out with my audience, but it's like I don't really have one. Not to say that I don't never ever. I couldn't say that I never ever have an audience, but, like, I might have an audience, but for the record, it's like I feel I feel like I don't. Not to say that I do, not to say that I don't, not to say that I should or shouldn't. I don't know. I mean, I do. I think I know. I think I know. I think I think I know what I want, what I deserve or not deserve. I've been so full of myself over the years, but I'm like, I I don't wanna ramble, but I do. I don't wanna like, I really don't wanna ramble. I don't wanna look like a fool, but then part of me is like, "Well, the trolls already think that I'm a fool, so I might as well just play the part," kinda thing. I mean, I could act all, serious and stuff, like serial. I could act all serial, but it's like, who am I fooling? I mean, I'm joking about that, but it's like but think about that. But anyways, I do think it's kinda funny how the way jokes are around my foundation kinda thing, never being finished kinda thing, but it's true and it's not true and it's true and it's not true, but it's true, but it's not true. It's mul multiple multiple layer. Ooh, wow, trolls is still here. Yay, troll. I have only one troll in the world. I think this is the same person that's actually in my Discord server, probably. Probably. Um, it's interesting that trolls, um, trolls, like, they have no skin in the game. Usually, a lot of trolls don't have skin in the game because they can just, like, they can make any account and, multiple accounts. That's the thing about being, anonymous. It was that's the thing about being anonymous. Like, you're able to say anything, but, like, I was like, what am I gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? What is anybody gonna do about it? 2 people? Anyways, is there any reason for me to, remind you about any of this? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, losers, think about that. I remember, my my father would talk about the idea about being a loser, and it's like the thing about it is, like, it's a lower vibration, and people gravitate towards a lower vibration. A lot of people do, a lot of anybody can, anybody, everybody does sometimes. They gravitate to the lower dimensions, just like the demons who probably created the aliens. Probably. I don't know what happened before the world flood. The world flood. It's like, did they create the aliens? Did they the animal human hybrid and then created aliens that are not really people, but it's like and they went into space and stuff, and then they had a party on Mars, and then that didn't really work out, and on the moon and other places, and that didn't really work out, and now they're kinda, like, stuck in limbo, in space and in the ocean and in the planet and, in other dimensions. Is that possible? I don't know, but it's possible. It might be possible, think about that, like, isn't that kinda crazy? But it's like, that's what happens. That's what happens, like, what if aliens and demons, haunt you in your dreams? That's kinda scary, you know? That's why you don't wanna do astral projecting. It's pretty, terrifying to get pulled um, into the spiritual world because you might get stuck there. You might run into Freddy Krueger. You don't wanna get stuck. Run into Freddy Krueger, and Freddy Krueger might get you. Freddy Krueger is gonna get you, and you don't want Freddy Krueger to get your soul. You don't want the goddamn aliens to get to you. "Ah, not you boo boo, rah rah ooh, ow, Freddy Krueger got my soul. Ah, Freddy Krueger got my soul. Yeah, 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 Freddy Krueger ain't my bomb. Freddy Krueger ain't my daddy. Freddy Krueger ain't my soul. Um, Freddy Krueger was my baby. What? I said, Freddy Krueger. What is that, Freddy Krueger? What is that? What is that? Chuck Norris. Chucky Norris. Chucky would kinda drop kick on you. You'll never have another brother, another sister. What is that? Why is that trending on, TikTok? On my band on TikTok. Should I play into the troll? Or I already did da ba boo dee boo. Already did it boo ba da ba boo ba ba ba. Freddy Freddy Krueger, that's kinda interesting. Little in I don't know. I'm still listening to myself, by the way, in case you're wondering. I hear myself, and I'm, like, playing out my own voice. I hear my voice, and I'm talking a little bit faster just so that I can hear myself talk, but then I'm trying not to get distracted because I'm literally talking and I'm listening to myself and talk at the same time. I'm trying to multitask. I really wanna hear myself, but at the same time, I don't really wanna hear myself talk because, it's like just like Johnny Depp's like, he don't wanna watch his own movies. He said, "I don't want my own movies on really? I don't want my own." Why is the DVD recorder so loud? Why are you so loud, DVD recorder? DVD drive, uh, boom, 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 bang, boom, bop, bop. If I had, like, millions of people watching, then I'd probably be like, "Hey, guys, what do you want me to do?" But, at the moment, it's not a big deal. I think maybe I could be wrong about that, but it's like, I'm probably not wrong about the fact that I'm probably, um, wasting my time doing this right now. And that's kinda weird. It's like, I know I'm wasting my time doing this, but I'm still doing it. What does that make me? What does that make me? Like, think about that, think about that. Like, I know how this looks, I'm st I'm still doing it. And you may not know that I know, but I do know. I like, it's like I'm so good of an actor that the trolls actually believe that. And so, like, it's like, I don't know, it's kinda funny and kinda not funny at the same time. It's like, I don't know how I feel about this. How do I do I how do I how do I feel about this? Yeah. How do I feel about this? Oh, how do I feel about this? Yeah, ooh. How do I feel about this? I could probably go and rant for another 10 hours like I've done before. Like, I got a million things to say, some of it I already said, and, I wanna talk about everything like before. I wanna talk about, politics and history and culture and movies and everything, everything. Ah, do do do, boo doo da boo boo da, doo dee da doo doo da. I have to pay money to do an outro video? What? StreamYard? I have to pay money just to have an intro video and an outro video? I'm not your boo boo. This'll be the out I'm not your boo boo. I'm Raba Roo Roo. This is the outro, song. I'm not your boo boo. Rah rah woo woo.